What's going on, guys? It's NoSlack Novak, and we're here with episode 6 now of our SimAirport Let's Play. Now, if you watched the last episode, you knew that we were in a little bit of financial trouble, and we've been having some issues. And so I went ahead and I kind of did some stuff. I did some stuff off camera, rearranged some stuff, kind of tested out what we need to do to make a successful airport. And as you can see, we have $54,000 now, and probably the number one comment on last episode's comment section was that we need to expand the queue, the wait line here for the gate. So I did that. I went ahead and did that. We have the two still, kind of moved them around a little bit, have a much longer queue now, so people won't be getting stuck on the outside and then kind of, moseying their way through the queue. We should be able to fit quite a bit of people in that queue there. Made the restroom a little bit bigger too, made that about like 1 or 2 squares bigger. Security area still the same. You could see some of the people here got fired. That's because I didn't want their salaries going off while we were making money. And I actually noticed I missed something here. Let's go ahead and let's build the floor over here. For some reason that didn't get done. Alright, when I was doing some stuff, rearranging. We still have everything here is pretty much the same. I moved these around. I had them over here on this wall. I moved them over here because it seemed like not too many people were using them, and I'm not sure if that's because they were too far away and people couldn't see them or whatever it was, but I went ahead and I moved them over here. We can always get rid of them and put in more ticketing desks like so. We still have the hangar and the baggage routing system here. Everything's good. Let me double check and make sure that I didn't mess anything up. Nope, we still have the conveyors going from ticketing to the baggage routing station, from the routing station to this baggage claim over here. So all of that should be good. Now our workers are going to go ahead and finish constructing that floor, and let's take a look at our flight schedule. So this is like the number one thing I messed with. Now for now, because I did kind of mess things up, I don't want to jam our schedule with too many flights. We have 5, which I think is fine. We have 180 here, 180 airplane here. So I think the 2.5 hours in between flights is going to be just fine right there. And then this is the big one. No, actually I lied. Okay, so in 180 here as well, okay? And that's still about 2 hours in between flights. Now, then after that, this one leaves at 2:30. This one comes in at 5:30. Now, I left 3 hours because this one here is our biggest flight that we have on contract right now. It's 250 people. I want to make sure that we have no issues accommodating Aerostar Flight 9899 because that is, like I said, 250 people. That's going to be the big bucks. If we can get this to arrive and leave without issues, we're going to be making a decent amount of money right there. Now, after that, we're going to have another 2.5 hours, and then we're going to have our smallest flight of the day, 140 people. So this is the big guy here, the 5:30 flight. That's the one that we want to make sure runs as smooth as possible. Now, when I was doing the expansion over here, I got rid of some stuff. So let's go ahead and real quick, before people start coming in, let's do a little bit of building. And I know a few people were asking, saying that they couldn't really see the vending income coming in. Now, what I noticed is that it only comes in once a day. Instead of getting, $25 or $50 every hour, you actually get one big lump sum once a day, which was noon. So I'm thinking it's probably still going to be noon. So what I want to do is I want to put in, I think I'm going to do 3 vending machines, okay? And that's going to accommodate that. Now, we're definitely going to need a flight info. Somebody also said that we don't have that currently. So I'm thinking, what's the best spot for that? Should it be right as they walk out of security, just kind of have it along this wall right here? Or should we maybe put one, you know what? I think I'm going to want to do some benches over here. So I'm going to maybe do one in between there. Let's put one over here. Let's put one right there. And then let's go ahead and do some benches. Benches, something that we absolutely have to have. Alright, that's facing the right direction. Let's do benches there and there. You know what, let's do one more set right there. Now, do we want to have benches? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's do benches right across there. And then we can do maybe something decoration-wise. Maybe do something here and here. Here and here, make it look nice and pretty. let's go ahead and throw down a garbage can as well. We're going to do one over here. Now I'm thinking we could probably do one next to this vending machine. You know what? I think we maybe want to do one over here, like at the end of the airport. Let's do that, and then let's put one more. Let's do one more of those flight displays, kind of in a spot where they can see them. Now I can't. Not usable even if we rotate it. Interesting. Okay. Can we put it? We can put it over here. You know what? I think maybe that one is going to be fine. Let's just go ahead and stick to that one. We can always add another one later if we have the money, right? Okay. Let's see. What are we missing? Anything? I think we're good. I think we're good to go. I think it's safe to open up the airport or kind of speed up time. Let's go ahead over here. Let's make sure. I want to make sure everything is assigned still. So yeah, this is assigned to the gate and the queue. This one over here, same thing, assigned to the gate and the queue. We have the ID stand here assigned. This ID stand is also assigned. And then each one of our ticketing things over here assigned as well. Beautiful. Now again, let's go ahead and adjust the drop off and the pickup a little bit. What we need to do is we need to go into zones. And let's go ahead and delete some of this drop off zone right here. We're going to expand the pickup area, make it, let's do something like that. Then we can do the drop-offs. Let's expand this a little bit more. Then we're going to do, I want to say nothing. Let's actually do nothing here. Let's kind of get rid of the garbage as well. Bam. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to do the pickup. Wait, that was pickups, right? Okay, that's pickups. Let's go ahead and do drop-offs over here by this door. Then we can do garbage up here, kind of out of the way, out of sight, out of mind. Then our janitor is going to have to go up there, and we're probably going to have to hire another janitor, but I'm not going to waste money on that right now. I think we're good to go. So let's go ahead and check out our flights. So today we have no flights coming in because I originally canceled everything, and we're going to start from scratch. So let's go to tomorrow. We have a flight at 4, 8:30, 12:30, 5:30, and 10 o'clock. So it's pretty evenly spaced out. I think we'll be able to accommodate everything. And we still have $34,000 to where if we do need to add something, like another conveyor belt or the bag scanner or a metal detector, we can do that. We're going to need to add staff, so let's go ahead and do that right now. Actually, you know what? Let's fast forward a little bit, and we're going to add staff a little bit later once people actually start coming in. That'll just save us a few $100. Now, what I really want to do, I really want to add a second gate, because I think if this setup here runs smoothly, you know what? Yeah, if this setup here runs smoothly, then I'm going to definitely want to add a second airplane gate so that we can pretty much service twice as many flights a day. I think that might be the key to our chances of making a nice amount of cash. Now let's check out objects here. When I was testing out the queue before yesterday's episode, I was saying that I was having issues with the cafe because of storage issues. Now somebody pointed out here that it was probably because I didn't have this kitchen storage, which all this says here is that it adds crisps and donuts to kitchen capabilities. It doesn't say anything about the pizza issue that I was having. So, I mean, maybe that's something I'll test out. That's probably not going to happen this episode. I'm pretty certain I'm not going to mess with that this episode. But that might be something that I look into. Let's see, helps with supply management by increasing the capacity of your delivery zones. Okay, don't need to mess with that. So yeah, the kitchen storage might be something that I want to look into maybe next episode. Now, let's see, everything else, I think we are good. I might want to do a body scanner too. More advanced alternative to standard metal detectors. Now, one thing, we do have the time going. One thing I noticed is that the metal detectors work just fine without a security guard watching them. So it's not absolutely necessary for security to stand here. Obviously, I'm thinking that's, more realistic, and it probably helps add to your airline interest if the security guard is watching the metal detector. But if we do hire, so people are coming in, let's go ahead and hire a few more people. We need one more staff member for that ticketing desk right there. Then we need 2 more for these gates over here. Now let's go ahead and do another security. Where do they go? So that security guard is going to there, and that security guard's going there. See, this person just walked through the metal detector without the security guard. So I don't think we really need that security guard right now. Let's go ahead. We're going to fire this guy. All right, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a name. He kind of looks shady. Looks like a little young punk with his little, spiky hair and everything. Doesn't have a name. Looks like he's wearing, is that like stripes on his pants? Kind of looks like a blue trench coat or something. You know what, buddy? I'm sorry, but you are going to be fired. I just don't trust you. I don't like the look you have in your eyes. This guy here, he's getting ready to retire soon. This lady looks like a little vampire. Anyways, alright, so let's see how we go here. Let's see how this things turn out. First flight of the day, I want to say this is the 180 person flight. Looks like nobody's using these electronic kiosks, which is a little concerning. Not quite sure why all of a sudden those are, not being used. Seems like in past episodes they were using those pretty regularly. So yeah, it looks like security's handling the volumes. The queue line is long enough, and this should go without a hitch. Now let's see. Starts boarding any second now. And all it fits is 64 people. All we need is 64 people. And it's already late, which I still don't understand that. We have 2 people. Everybody was in the queue. We have the 2 ticketing agents, or the gate agents. There was like 0 reason for that flight to be late. I really don't understand it. But, hey, let's give the next one another shot. Metal detectors are facing the right way still. Nobody's doing the little loop-de-loop. Oh, wrong one. Are people using the vending machines? They sure are. And now I'm going to show you too when it hits noon over here, because I think that's when it's going to go through. So it's showing as us having a flight income of $22,600 and staff expense of $17,400. So we're making $52,000 or $5,200 a day. Now, okay, so look, every single person, right? Looks like we're going to have 69 people on this flight. Looks like all 69 people are in the queue. We have our 2 gate agents here, no problem. Let's see, they have 14 minutes. See, look. Nope, they didn't make it. They're going to be about 30 minutes late. Yeah, 46 minutes behind schedule. How and why is that happening? I mean, do we need to add yet another gate agent? Really? Is 2 not enough? For 69 people? That seems kind of ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know. Let's do it. Screw it. Let's test it out. It is still an alpha. It's early access. Let's go ahead and test it out. So we're going to do another. Okay, that's kind of a funky spot to put it. It seems kind of too far away, and it's too close to this over here. Would it be crazy if we did something like this? That'd be crazy, right? And that would definitely be crazy if we did something like that. I wonder, we can't squeeze them together. That'd be ridiculous. Wonder if we went up and down, if that would help. You know what? Let's just do it. That really looks bad though. I'm thinking maybe we will just lower the queue a little bit, just a tiny little bit. Let's do that. I'm going to exit out of that. I'm going to go into the queue, and I'm going to shrink this queue. What we're going to do is we're going to give ourselves a little bit of room over here for that other ticketing desk. Alright, got rid of that. Let's go ahead and put the ticketing desk down. Let's see here, the gate agent desk. We're going to put that right there. And then we're going to do another queue. And this one, let's go ahead and start that one. That's going to end right there, and then we're going to just do this. Same thing like we did last time, but maybe just a tiny little bit smaller, and I think we're good there. Let's go ahead and assign this before I forget. Bam. Let's wait for that third one to get installed. Come on, construction guys, let's go. Alright, we're going to go ahead and we're going to assign this one, and then let's add another staff member. And now if this doesn't work, then I don't know what will, because it seems like 3 people, and oh yeah, that's right, we need to assign it to the gate. 3 ticketing, or 3 agent desks for like a 69-person flight. Seems absolutely ridiculous to me, but hey, whatever. What do I know? Now it looks like security here is clogging up. Is this the flight that is this our biggest flight? I want to say this is this the noon flight? This is the one that arrives at 12:30, so I'm guessing it is. This is only 180 people. The next one is the big one. The 5:30 one is the big one. And it looks like we're seeing a backup here at security, so I think I want to add another metal detector. Looks like they're going through the scanners fine. They're going through the ticketing, through the ID checks fine. Let's go ahead and add another, you know what? Let's try the body scanner. We have the money. Let's go ahead and give that a shot. Do we put that over here? Or maybe, you know what? Maybe we should put this over here. And then, I'm thinking, yeah, let's go ahead and put that over there. Speed up time. Now, I wonder, are people going to use that, or are they going to bypass that? Are they going to purposely avoid it? And it looks like a few people are still going through security, so this might be a little bit backlogged here. So this is going to have 170 people. So as you saw, the metal detectors were having a little bit of issues getting everybody through because it was 170 people. So the next flight's going to be it could potentially be 250. So let's see, you know what, I think we definitely need to add this one. We might actually have to add one more just to be able to get everybody through. Now let's see, we're already late on this one. Surprise, surprise. Getting close to full here though. So we're over 2 hours late. And this is exactly why, okay, so at least everybody got on the plane. But this is exactly why I set, look, it is 3:30, right? That plane was supposed to leave at 2:30, so it was an hour late. So that's exactly why I set this huge flight here to arrive at 5:30, just to give us that extra time. Now, as you can see, we still have 2 hours before it comes in, but better safe than sorry. Let's go ahead and fast forward. People are going through this on their own free will. Like, you don't have security guards there or anything. It actually kind of looks like they're preferring to go through the body scan as opposed to the metal detectors, which is kind of interesting. The scanners, like the baggage scanners, are doing fine. Now, why are people... Look, see, people are congregating like they want to go through the body scanner as opposed to the metal detector, which is kind of interesting. Not sure why that is. Let's go ahead. Should we put down another body scanner, or should we put down a metal detector? Guys, just go through the freaking metal detectors. Alright, you know what? I think what I want to do, I think I need to get rid of this body scanner. It's attracting a crowd, and they're not going to make that flight. Let's do this. Let's throw down a metal detector. Make sure it's facing the right direction, like so. Let's put this over here. And then hopefully, will people go through that? Alright. I don't think we're going to do well with this flight. I'm pretty sure this flight is supposed to leave here soon. Starts boarding in 8 minutes, and I don't think we have... Look, we have nowhere near all the people that need to get on that flight. Alright, people are just going through the scanner. So you know what? Let's screw it. We're getting rid of that. We're getting rid of the body scanner. Get rid of it. Everybody can go through the freaking... Why are you guys leaving? Oh, now you got... Okay. So, because I got rid of the body scanner, you guys have to go through the ID again? ID scanner? Okay, yeah, well... I mean, that was weird. Another little bug there, guys. Alright, so we only got 116 out of the 163 people on that flight, which... That kind of sucks. but lesson learned. We're not going to use the body scanners unless maybe we do nothing but body scanners. I kind of wish I could move this. Looks like we're fine though. Okay, he missed his flight. Showed up late, but he missed his flight. Whatever. So we're fine now. This is the, I want to say the 140 passenger plane. We're not having any kind of backlog over here. Ticketing, I don't think we had any kind of issues over there. Looks like we're going to be absolutely fine. Now, I did forget about the whole vending machine thing. Some people are getting off the plane and leaving, which is totally expected. Some people are getting off and going to the restroom because they didn't get the chance to go on the plane. This one's only going to get 73 people on the flight. We should easily manage that. So let's check this out. Right, let's slow down time. We have 36 minutes to board 73 people. That is plenty of freaking time, especially since we have the 3 gate desks now. Let's see. I'm purposely going slow here. I purposely want to see if we're going to be able to make it. Of course not. Look, there's 6 minutes left, 1 minute left, and only not even a quarter of the people. Now about a third of the people have had a chance to board. So there's something definitely that these guys are going to need to fix. The developers need to address the boarding times. How much time is dedicated before it becomes too late? Now maybe it had something to do with what time the flight arrived. However, I mean, that's not really in my control. This flight came in well after that other flight, so maybe the flight was late or something. I don't know, but we're an hour late now, and we're just barely getting ready to fill it up. So as you can see, 84 minutes left, or negative 84 minutes. So that's an hour and 25 minutes that flight was delayed because of people getting on the flight. That's not cool, and that's not a way that we're going to be able to earn money. Alright, so we only made $2,800 estimated, because I'm sure we had, I don't think we had any cancellations, but we definitely had delays, and a bunch of people missed that flight. So, I mean, right now we're struggling. We're making a little bit of a profit, hopefully, not too many cancellations, but we are struggling. Let's go ahead and give this one more day and see. Okay. Brand new day, we were at $12,400. Let's see where we're at in 24 hours. I have to remember that, 12,400. We have a lot of employees that are kind of sucking up our balance, and we're not even employing the 3 security guards that we really should have over here. So that's a little worrying. And then we have these 3 over here who really aren't even doing anything. They're not speeding up the time for the boarding. All of our flights are still, departing late. So I'm not too happy about that. I'm not sure. We're probably going to have to get rid of one of these guys because it doesn't seem like it's really doing anything for us anyways. So the first flight is here, and we're at 10-1 now. So we're down $2,300 after our first flight. Okay, staff wages is $825 an hour, which is quite steep. I want to make sure, I really want to check at noon what we're going to make from the vending machines. I think it's going to be a decent chunk of change. We're getting pretty close. I'm watching, let's see, ticketing over here. Let's slow down time a little bit. So people are using these electronic kiosks, which is good. Not that many people, though. Mostly, I'd say like a good 90% of the people are using the actual ticketing desks because they have to check luggage. But it looks like we have no bottlenecks over there. Excuse me, my throat is still kind of messed up. All right. So no bottlenecks at ticketing. Security looks fine. Looks like they're not having any issues over there. Everybody's going to the queue. Looks like it's not even full. It's getting there though. But look at that. That's perfect. We still have another nice chunk of lineage over here for the queue. Let's see here. So this flight's going to be 122 people. And I think maybe that 366 represents the people going through the terminal, right? So we have like 122 waiting to get on the plane, but then we had another like 144 or 244 on the actual plane. Excuse me. Worked late. I got off at 5 in the morning, and it is currently 3 p.m. and I still haven't been to sleep, and I have to go back to work at 7 p.m. today, so I'm tired. It's going to be a long day. I usually record these episodes after I get off of work. Today I'm recording it before I go to work because I know I'm going to be exhausted once I get home. So I want to be able to release this at the normal time for you guys, because you guys are rocking out for this channel. I mean, it's unbelievable what you guys are doing. Thousands and thousands of views per episode. I mean, I've gone up from like 250 subscribers to over 1,000 now. You guys are just unbelievable. I definitely want to make you guys happy and keep releasing these SimAirport games, these SimAirport episodes. Now, let's make sure. Let's see. So 122 people. Of course, it's already delayed. Doesn't matter how many gate desks we have, it's going to be delayed. And at least it's full. All 122 people are on the plane. It was, I'd say, more than an hour, maybe 2 hours late, but, I don't know what we could do about that. Now, it is almost noon, so let's go ahead and see what we get from these vending machines. I'm hoping it's going to be around $2,000. That might be a little greedy, but that's what I'm hoping for. So I'm going to slow down time, and it should pop up right here. So vending machine sales, $1,230. Not horrible, but not really all that great. We started the day off at 12.3, right? 12.3 or 12.4, and we're at 86. Now, the big flight isn't going to come in until 5.30. That one, I think, is going to make us a nice chunk of change if, again, we can manage to service it completely, get everybody through security, and get on the plane in a timely manner. Which, you would think these 3 gate desk agents would be able to do, but apparently not. Maybe we need to send them to some sort of training. Send them to some, I don't know, freaking, what is this, Boeing Airlines or something. Which is, Boeing isn't really airlines, so it's a Boeing 707, but what? It doesn't tell me. I guess I have to look it up over here. Aerotime. You guys need to train your people better. Show up on time, let my people do their jobs over here, and we'll both be happy. Alright, so it's 3:40 now. Our next flight is going to be the big one, and that one's going to be the 5:30 flight. So let's go ahead, let's go over here, zoom in a little bit, kind of get a view of ticketing and security at the same time, and see if we have any kind of bottlenecks anywhere. Now, see, why are you guys... See, this is kind of this is exactly why I wanted to have one queue. Because right now it's very uneven. Look, this one has 15 people in line. This one has 0. This one has 2. I mean, if it was one queue, they'd just go to the next available desk. So I think I'm going to change that around midnight. Because that's ridiculous. No reason for that to happen. It is now 5:30. Terminal usage. So we got $2,400 for the terminal usage for this flight. This is the big one. And we're only going to put... Really? This is the 767. It can hold 250 people. And we're only getting 75 on it? That's kind of crazy. Maybe it's just because, we didn't get too many people on it last time. So they didn't want to, sell too many tickets or something. I don't know. But that's a little disappointing. I was expecting a lot more than 75 freaking people for this flight. And look, even though it was only 75 people, we're still an hour and a half late. Look at that, 88 minutes left. 93, so an hour and 33 minutes that we were late for that flight to depart. That's ridiculous. And we did nothing wrong. There was no bottleneck at ticketing, no bottleneck at security. Everything was fine. So, I'm not sure how we're going to really address that. Looks like everything's working good, though. What I want to do, next episode, I'm thinking, do I want to take a chance and actually build a cafe? Because I know I've been preaching about it not working. maybe I'll just show you guys for yourselves how when you build a cafe, things just go completely to hell. Alright. I guess that's what we're gonna do next episode. We have $7,600. I don't think we're really making too much money, right? Because we started off at 12.3 or 12.4, and here we are at the end of the day. This is only 77 people. Here we are at the end of the day, and we pretty much lost $6,000. Yeah, we pretty much lost $6,000. Boy, I think we need to get at least one more flight in. We're gonna go ahead and fire one of these guys. You fired. This can get destroyed. It's not gonna go anywhere. It's just gonna go sit there for a while. But whatever. At least we're not gonna be paying for that employee. We only have the 4 security guards, so we, technically we should have 3 more security guards, but we just can't afford that. Ticketing. I mean, we could probably get rid of one there too, just because we don't really have a bottleneck at ticketing. However, real quick, before a flight comes in, what I'm going to do, I'm getting rid of this queue. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of all of these. And I'm just going to make it one big queue. That to me seems like it works a lot better. And as a matter of fact, you know what? Let me wait until another flight comes in just so I can kind of like show you guys. I like the way that is. I think I made it one too big over here. Let's do something like this. And I know it might look a little funky, but you know what? Let's go with it. We'll do something like that. I guess maybe why not? Let's go ahead and expand that ticketing area a little bit more then. And yeah, so we're going to assign every single one of these to this one queue. Bam, bam, and bam. And now, you know what, let's fast forward and let's let this first one come in. So look at that, much more even so far. So far it's much more even. Here's a nice little influx of people. Oh, that works much better. That worked. You know what, I wish I could pull up that comment. The guy that told me to make 4 separate queues, look, I'm sorry, I don't want to brag, but I was right. I told you so. One queue is better. So we probably want to do the same thing over here. Just make that one queue. But you know what? I'm going to leave that for another episode. You know what? No, screw that. No, I'm not going to do it now because there's people using it. So that is going to be the end of this episode. As you guys saw, we lost quite a bit of money. We lost about $8,000, $6,000 to $8,000 yesterday with our flights not leaving on time, etc., etc. I probably want and probably need to add one more flight just so we can kind of break even. I'm not sure where I could really fit that in. Looks like, we're pretty staggered. We have a decent schedule going now. It's just we can't get these flights leaving on time, so we're losing a lot of money with that. We're getting penalized for that by the airlines, and I don't blame them. I'd be pissed off if every one of my flights left an hour and a half to 2 hours late. Anyways, so that's going to be the end of episode 6, guys. I hope you guys liked the episode. If you did, do me a favor, hit that like button. Kind of want a soda now. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It would mean a lot. And hopefully I'll see you guys on another one of my episodes. Until then, I hope you guys have a great day. And I'll see you later. Bye.